Have you ever been to a concert where the music sounds just incredible in one spot, but kind of muddy and terrible in another? Or maybe a lecture where you could only catch like every other word? That's the power of sound. It's this invisible force that can totally make or break an experience. Today, we're going to dive into why the sound of your space is so important and how you can make sure it's sending the exact right message.
So let's just get right to it with the big question for anyone who runs a venue. Is your sound system actually helping you deliver your message, or is it getting in the way? Because let's be honest, bad audio doesn't just sound bad, it kind of tells people you don't care. Think about it. For a house of worship, you might have a pastor delivering this incredibly powerful sermon, but the folks in the back pews, all they hear is a muffled echo. That beautiful message of hope and inspiration just vanishes into the air. It's a huge problem for so many, but it's one that can absolutely be solved. Or what about a student in the back of a big lecture hall, just straining to hear the professor? They're not just missing a few words here and there, they're missing a real piece of their education. When the lesson itself is muffled, you can bet learning is going to take a hit. And we've all been there, right? You go to a restaurant where the music is so blaring you can't even talk to your friends. Or a live show where the sound is so awful it just ruins the whole performance. Sound creates the vibe, and bad sound, it's a total buzzkill.
So you see, the cost of bad audio goes way beyond just being a minor annoyance. It has real, tangible consequences for your audience and for you.
What you end up with are frustrated audiences who just can't connect. Your core message, whatever it is, gets completely misunderstood. But from your side, as an operator, it's a constant battle. You're literally fighting with your own room, trying to fix dead spots, dealing with the tone that changes from one seat to the next. It is absolutely exhausting. Okay, so we've established that bad audio is a massive problem. But what's the solution? Well, the team at Electro Voice figured the best answers don't come from a lab. They come from listening to the people who are actually out there on the front lines. For 15 years, that's a decade and a half, Electro Voice just listened. They talked to the installers, the engineers, the venue managers, the people who use this gear every single day. They heard what worked, what didn't, and what was just plain frustrating. So this new generation of sound isn't just some minor update. It's a direct answer to all that feedback.
So, the first big complaint they decided to tackle was coverage. The goal became super simple and focused. Put that crystal clear sound exactly where your audience is and keep it off the walls and ceilings where it just turns into noise and echo.
Now, the secret sauce here is this new tech called the Infinite Directivity Waveguide. Just think of it like a really smart spotlight, but for sound. It puts the audio precisely where you want it, on your audience, and keeps it from splashing onto surfaces that create all that distracting noise. This is the result of 50 years of work, all aimed at one thing: perfectly consistent sound.
So, what does this all actually mean for you? Well, it means the person in the front row hears the exact same clear, balanced audio as the person in the very back corner. It just gets rid of those annoying dead spots and stops you from having to fight your room's acoustics. Bottom line, your message gets heard, clearly, everywhere.
And it's not just about coverage. Every single component inside the speaker has been totally re-engineered. The new drivers give you way more power and clarity, especially in that critical mid-range where the human voice lives. That means your message is going to punch through loud and clear. And the new woofers? They deliver a much stronger low-end punch, so your music will have the impact it's supposed to.
Look, a great sound system is a big investment. We all know that. So you absolutely have to know it's built to last, especially if you're dealing with the great outdoors.
This new G2 line is, well, it's built like a tank. It's IP55 rated against dust and water, and for really tough environments, it's got true corrosion resistance and finishes that won't fade in the sun. So whether you're on a cruise ship or at an outdoor stadium, your sound system will stand the test of time, for sure. One of the developers said something that really sums it all up. The goal wasn't just to pass some test in the lab, but to build something that genuinely survives for years out in the real world, no matter what you throw at it. They even rethought long-term safety. A full-width steel bracket now carries the entire weight of the speaker array. This means the load is never stressing the plywood box itself, which ensures that the safety factor you have on day one is still there 10 years down the road. You know what else nobody likes? A super complicated system. That's why Electro Voice radically simplified the whole G2 line. It went from over 200 different part numbers down to just 60. And now there's only one performance tier, the best one. It's as simple as that. So you're probably asking, okay, what's the catch? Right? There isn't one. With the G2 line, you actually don't have to choose between getting top-tier performance and getting a great value. You get both. All right, so after hearing all of that, you might be wondering, how do I make this a reality for my own space?
Well, the path forward is actually pretty simple. First, you just assess the unique audio challenges of your room. Then, talk to an expert who can help design the perfect solution for you. And finally, you plan your installation. It's all about moving from that place of frustration to a place of clarity.
So I'll leave you with this thought. What if you could eliminate every single dead spot, every muffled word, and every inconsistent note? What could your space truly sound like? And what new level of connection could you build with your audience?